Alright, so it's been a while since I made one of these, but this game really caught my attention yesterday. I I played it, a few hours straight on the weekend. It was very fun. Uh, it's a bit more crunchy than other of these rogue-like card management style games. Slay the Spire, Monster Train. I really enjoy both those games, but this one is it's got a lot of character variety to it, and I'll show you what I mean. So I've already started a run. I've got a bunch of the meta progression already unlocked. You start with just this one character normally, but you see I've unlocked a whole slew of them, and they're all pretty different from one another. There are three major archetypes. There's these like warrior ones, there are these summoner ones, and then these archer ones. I've been getting a real kick out of the Sentinel class recently. I'm gonna continue a playthrough there. So this is the one that I first beat the game on, actually. I think there might be a couple balance issues with some of the perks at some point, even though this is a low health kind of, things gotta work out right for you to be survivable kind of class. Some of the skills that you're guaranteed to get a choice of when you hit levels 10 and 20 just seem a little strong, and when I get there I'll comment a bit about that. But it's a very fun class, a bunch of reasons. I'll talk about that soon. So you power up by attacking with arrows. This class only attacks with arrow style cards. It's a pretty cool mechanic, though I feel the value of some of the cards related to this are just not worth it at all. And you get this passive skill, so whenever I play an arrow, my phantom, which you'll see, will attack the same target for another hit of 50% damage. So basically all of my attacks do 50% extra damage, all the arrows at least. So very, very, very good for dishing out the damage. I've played probably 4 hours of this class already, and I am still underestimating the damage that she can output. It's kinda nuts. All right, so here's a town. I'm not going to talk about it too much. It's pretty interesting. It's where you do all the game's meta progression. Only thing I really like to do at the start of every run:
the blacksmith is hard at work.
Go to the blacksmith, buy some rune stones. These are massive boosts to your power, and here's one that I love to start with. Increase my damage by 2. Yes, please. Right now my damage is like 7 to 10 or something like that. It's a 20% damage increase. Totally worth it. All your cards scale based off of your base damage. They printed on the card is like do 100% damage, do 75% damage, do 150% damage. So this this scales very well. It's your core damage stat. All right. And what do I want for my next one? Increase my armor by 10. This is actually a really good one for this class too. I think I'm going to take it. That's all my money, unfortunately. 0 wealth remaining. We'll leave him. But your defensive capabilities of this class scale off of your armor. And it's actually very important that you're doing that. Because you're not really that survivable beyond that. Alright, so this guy, our first enemy, we'll just talk a bit about what's going on with him. He's going to attack me, but he's going to do it in 2 turns. So I got 2 turns to kill this guy. I know what happens. You don't want to be there when he attacks you. It's gruesome, both in terms of the damage that it deals and just kind of how it looks, right? So, this is my ability card. Every class kind of has one. It comes back every turn. I'm always going to get to use that card at least once. So it's a good opener. It's great for this class. You see it dealt 15 damage, and it lowered his armor. your armor directly correlates to your damage that you receive. So he's taking 10% more damage now on top of all my other boosts that I got here. So we're gonna shoot him with the shot. And here's where you might use smoke shot to stun somebody. It's not going to be worth it. I'll explain why later. These are cool, come to them later. My defensive options, again, later. Okay, so I gotta kill him in a turn in a little bit. I'm pretty sure I can do it. So what do we got here? Reduces damage, I don't care about that. Reduce the cost of one random card by 1. If I don't play this card, sure. I don't think we're going to see the next turn anyways. So, we'll get my Shadow Shot. Gain 25% damage for 3 turns. Yes, please. It's just a damage boost. And he's dead. So, I just leveled up from that fight. Every time you level up, you get brought to this screen. You get to pick a new card. This one's cool. And it has one of the interesting mechanics for this class. You have these maneuver cards. It's an entire set of cards, and they have 2 sides. This card is heads and tails. One's plus armor, one's plus damage. It's pretty cool, actually. The value on the cards is decent. Gain barrier equal to 200% of your armor. So, your maneuvers... Oh, I can't enhance this. Some of this interface is really not great. But anyways, this maneuver here, gain 10 armor this turn, then gain barrier equal to 100% of your armor. So I have 5 base armor. I have another 10 from that stone that I bought. And using this would give me another 10. So 25 armor, I would get 25 barrier and be taking 25% less damage. So, your ability to actually stop damage from hitting you in the first place is really based around your armor in with this class. So something like this is decent because I'm already going to be targeting armor in the cards that I get. And the regular dodge is 2 turns of barrier, which is actually very good for this class too, because normally your barrier only lasts for 1 turn. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to take quick dodge here. Your other class of cards is the quivers. These you spend energy and or charges to draw arrows out of your deck and your discard pile. Unfortunately, your ultimate charges are kind of valuable for your ultimate itself. It's very powerful. Spending 4 charges to do 2 weak damage shots, 75% damage, and get that back, I'm not really a big fan of that as a tactic. It's just kind of slow. So we're going to take this quick dodge here. Normally I want to start with more arrow cards, but if you see value, you just got to take it. So if I play 0 arrows this turn, gain 25 barrier, that's never going to happen. If I hit with a maneuver, get 3 ultimate charges, that's pretty good. Some of my maneuvers deal damage on their own. Most of them will fire other arrows if they do damage at all. Increase damage by 25% in the first turn of combat, usually not worth it. If I had a lot of stuff like drawing extra cards, getting extra energy, I would be more hype about that. Gonna take Doomsday, not exactly feeling the greatest about it. I would rather be playing arrows, but you know, it is what it is. So we'll zoom out the map a little bit here, and we can see, oh, look at that, the whole area. We got the boss up here. What that tells me is I want to go to the left. I want to go away from the boss so that I can clear out this side of the map, come back, clear out the other side, and then take on the boss. Alright, so let's head around here. Okay, so this guy, 6 to 8 damage, quick dodge. I prefer the other side of this card. So one of the things you get to do with this class is you're going to be optimizing your maneuver cards. Sometimes you'll be strong in a fight. You'll want to use a maneuver that's not so good so you can get to the stronger part. This allows for a massive blocking turn, but being able to block over 2 turns for the energy you spend on 1, very useful. So we're gonna rock out this quick dodge to prevent that damage. 30 block, more than enough. This guy's dealing 8 damage max. Gonna reduce his armor with my core card there. Okay, so apparently this character gets stronger every time I hit him, as it says. So I'm going to want to kill him pretty quickly. Next turn he's going to die for sure. Hold a bow. Okay. This is actually a pretty good side for this card early on. We're going to leave it where it is. Nothing else in my hand really matters. So we're just going to attack him to death. Your ultimate charge does not persist between battles, so you might as well spend it. Alright, this is actually a really good one. Reduce the armor of all enemies by 50 for 2 turns. That's good for a couple reasons. One, just generally that's 50% more damage for you versus every other enemy in a battle. That's a pretty sweet deal. The other reason that's good is your ultimate is random. You don't get to choose who it hits. So, and a bunch of your abilities, multi-shot here. This will use all of my arrows, and it'll boost them all by 25% damage. And the cost of that is I don't get to choose where they go, which is, you know, not the greatest. So what are we going to do? Probably not going to use that this turn, but it depends a little bit on what I draw. Reduce the armor of all enemies by 10 for this turn, or draw 2 cards less if I don't play it. So the power of these is tied to how strong my flame level is. It's low, so this is like a middling card. I wouldn't normally pay 1 to drop everyone's armor, but I really don't want to draw 2 less cards next turn. That will severely hamper my options, especially my defensive options. Alright, so this is usually good for a finisher. I'm not going to be able to finish everybody this turn. And again, my defense is completely based around my having armor. So again, we're going to have to pass that one up. Alright. So I actually want to kill this healer guy first. So we're going to concentrate my damage there. And now I got a bit of a choice to make. This dude's only going to do 2 to 3 damage to me. Whereas this guy's going to attack everybody, including the enemies. But I'm going to take a lot more damage. I think I'll be okay. So we'll shut him down for now. Alright, so I got a lot of block this turn. It looks like we're blocking, boys. Alright, and I think we're going to use this as well. I don't really like to use that, but it's just going to help things go a little bit faster. Right, so we took him out. We're not going to be able to kill this guy this turn. We're going to get a bunch of damage on him. He is still a bit buffed. If you stun a guy using the card that I used, he gets a bunch of armor for 2 turns. So he was a little buffed up from that. Okay. So here's where I can use dodge or feints. I'm probably going to kill someone this turn. Yeah, this is not a great hand. Jeez. Yeah, I'm just gonna put up our blocks this turn. Dig into this guy again. Alright, and maybe next turn we'll redraw that Arrow Storm and, nope, and go for some big death. But still, I think this will be enough to kill our friend here. So, important thing to know, there are cutoffs for your ultimate. A damage cutoff for mine is at 6 charges. So I want to activate it with 6 charges this turn. I have enough to spend 3. This will give me 2 arrows that I can then use. Get me back up to 6. And get the kill off. Again, optimization I didn't even need to do because this class is just that strong. So what do we got here? We got Bombardment, a multi-strike, does more damage for each arrow in hand. So if I had card draw, if I had more arrows, I would want to use this, but I don't. So it's going to have to pass for now. Weird Fiber Shots. So this is better than the last card like this that I saw. It's a weak shot for 2 ultimate charges. But I also get barrier from it. I'm already a little bit defensive, so I think I don't want that. Again, another defensive card here in Feint will pass. Shot of Destiny is great. We're going to take it. This is pretty nice too. Reduce enemy armor by 25. That's 25% more damage till the end of combat, and I get 25 armor. That's really good. If I didn't already have a defensive card, I would have taken this. This is good value. But Shot of Destiny is good. I need some arrows. I need some arrows I could spend energy on, more importantly. So, right, what's going on here in the hunting grounds?
Local hunters call this.
We're going to hunt for some food. This is a fight against 1 or 2 deer. It's kind of silly. Alright, so I got 2 options here. Make a barrier on all the enemies, which is just 1 guy in this case. Or lose my own health. I think I don't want to do that. I will block that damage. And Shot of Destiny is just going to do way more damage than the extra armor reduction from this one will. So we're going to spend a bunch of cards. Poof. Yeah, just 1 turn kill. Again, this is just some of the balancing in this game. Feels a little off. Alright. So I'm done with that. Do I want to charge up that weird stone? I don't think I do. So you can use those to... Right, that's a good example. So if you're not burning a candle, you're in this darkness state, and there are random encounters for wandering around in the darkness, and you'll just those weird candle cards that you draw, those purple ones in combat, those get worse. A lot worse. Where they harm you a little bit if you play them and a lot if you don't, and they cost 2. So you don't really want to be fighting in that state. Generally, being buffed up is good. So you'll notice if I draw one of those cards in this combat, it's going to be beneficial even if I don't play it. Alright. A thing I'm not certain about is, so cards like this, it costs 1, and it will play out all of the arrows in my hand. it's not exactly clear to me the order in which they're played, and this matters because you want this one to hit first because it increases the damage of your subsequent shots, and you want this one to hit last because it deals more damage the more cards you've played. Oh, it wants me to play cards. See, that's interesting. It wants me to play cards. So I'm going to use this hold a bow this turn. 100% damage increase, which is a lot. A lot, as you can see. We're going to target this one on that guy, but first I'm going to play this defensive ability. Oh, I fucking used my last health. That was a mistake. And that wasn't enough to kill that guy. I fucked up there. Oh boy, I fucked up there in so many ways. I misordered my cards, so I got no barrier out of that. This guy's healed up quite a bit. Alright, so next turn, gain 25 damage or deal damage this turn. I think I actually need to deal the damage this turn. Alright. Shoot him. Make him weaker. Shoot him again. I want to flip this back to its other side. Do I? Yes, I do. So we'll play it, even though it gives me no value this turn, because it's based off of my armor. So let's see. Gain barrier equal to 150% of your current armor. I'm at negative armor, means no barrier for me. This guy, I need to kill him or stun him this turn. That'll be fine. Alright, 3 cracked Ethels. This is like the lottery. You'll understand why in a minute. There's maybe 6 or 7 of these you can get at this stage of the game. And every time you get 3 of the same, you can upgrade them. So I'm going to use this, merge them together. Now I get 17 armor instead of 10, which has all kinds of great implications for my defensive abilities, which are based off of that.
Oh, hello. It's good to see you. I'm looking for components that...
Alright, I will take a special passive skill. Double the duration of all weirdness repelling items. Wow. That is great. That just doubled the duration of all of my candles. So I was considering turning this on, but I don't think that's worth it anymore. When I get to one that might be worth it, I'll go into that. Okay, so I can draw an extra card next turn, or this turn. I can increase my damage. I think I'll take that. Get some block. And I want to take out that guy. How much damage are you going to do? 9 to 13. Really not that much. I'll go with the longer term option. Okay, so it's a pretty low damage turn. I'm going to use this to give myself 22 block. And then for 2 turns, I'll have 22 block. And I won't have to spend any energy on defensive maneuvers next turn. Draw you up. Unfortunately, not really. That's just to prevent the healing, which basically is me doing another 17 damage. Not really a great turn. Too many defensive cards. I drew 3 defensive cards that turn. Alright, so again, no need to defend here. We're just going to go for damage. Draw you. Yeah, because I have this release card here, I'm going to go for extra damaging cards. Again, not a big fan of getting this smoke shot this turn. I don't like that because it'll stun somebody, but I don't need it defensively, and it'll increase someone's armor by 50% for 2 turns, which is a big damage reduction hit. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. Okay, in this case, this will be worth it, because I can direct it here. It'll give me an ultimate charge, and I'll still secure the kill this turn. Alright. This way I also get to direct my damage in a way where it's not going to the guy. Not going to the guy who had his armor buffed temporarily, right? It's not a thing you really want to do. Okay. So, again, don't need to worry about defensive options here, but my offensive options, not doing that great either. Again, I'll use this to get ultimate charge back and still get a kill. And I'd prefer this card be on its other side, so I will play it while I have the free energy. Alright, and I'm pretty sure this will just kill this guy. 20% more damage. Okay, so 4 toxic shots. That's interesting. 50 armor damage is pretty big. These are free. I could stack them or spread them. The only real downside is it costs 2, but it seems not so bad. Yeah, for a quiver card, this is pretty up there. I could have a turn where I drop these toxic shots and play a defensive card, and I'm pretty set up for the rest of that battle if I can do that. I do like heavy shot, but this corrosive rainfall seems pretty cool, and maybe I'll get to explore some quiver strats, which haven't really looked that great for me. Increase ult damage by 25%, that's not too bad. 10% armor reduction, that's like 1 armor per hit, not really that great. Increase my armor, that's always great. That's always going to be useful. We're taking that. Another runestone, another day.
As you approach, the florist smiles.
Yes, you guessed it. Issues with personal...
So this guy's interesting. I've done part of a story for him, but he shows up and he sells these cards. 50 armor for nothing, that's kind of nice. 60 barrier, not so good on this class because it goes away after a turn. And this one's very good on the blocking classes. Gain a block, get an additional card, that card will be free. So this kind of pays for itself, and blocks something. You know, that said, block's good if you could stack blocks. They last more than 1 turn. Or they don't, sorry. But it's a mechanic that doesn't really mesh well with barrier. A blocked attack won't deal damage to a barrier, but I'm using armor and barrier. I'm already, pretty invested in armor in terms of runes and abilities and even cards. So I don't think I want any of these. Maybe Lotus. I'm really hesitant for cards that don't either deal damage directly or prevent damage directly, and I mean like straight up stop them. See, like this card gonna be useless this turn. Dodge, however, gonna be great this turn. That's gonna be great for this turn and next turn because I have that. So, contrary to what I was just blabbing, totally worth it. Do I want to do 25% damage extra? Sure. I can kill either one of these guys first. This is a very low stakes battle. That just speeds it up. Again, so many defensive options. I need to start getting more offensive options in my deck. I just put one in. Unfortunately, wasn't in the cards for this turn. Might as well start getting rid of that card, converting those back to feints, which is typically just the better card, better version of that card. Kinda. So I don't even have enough alt charge for this. This is gonna be killer in a boss fight when I get to play it. I'm not gonna... yeah, I'm gonna play cards this turn. Alright, so that's one dead guy. Will I be able to kill with this? Don't think so. Will this kill? 50% more damage? I think so.
The shrine has faint trace.
Alright, so I've been coming across these altars quite a bit, and apparently I got a quest to perform a ritual. But I've performed a lot of rituals at a lot of altars so far, and it doesn't seem to have completed my quest. I think I need to do it in all of the different zones.
Around you. Is that a faint glow over the altar?
I think it maybe just makes the altars better. And these legendary cards, I'm pretty sure that the deal with them is you can only use them once.
The priestess lays her hands on your...
I'm gonna come here and scoop up another candle for myself. Alright, what's going here? 20% more damage or 5 armor if I do nothing. Since this isn't a blocking turn, we're gonna take that damage. Wow, my hand is terrible. So this guy redirects, so I gotta make sure to target him. I want to flip that card, so we'll play that. And yeah, that was a bad first turn. That was not good for turn one. Do I want to arrow storm this? I don't think that I do. I think I will stun that totem. No. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to take that armor. Definitely going to stun something. 2 damage, or the totem doing some kind of buff. We'll stop the buff. shadow shot here. And then you can use this arrow bag. It's a good turn to use it because the shot of destiny gets stronger the more cards I play. What am I at now? Not enough to kill. 50% more damage every card I play. It's gonna kill him. Oh wow. Very close to death. %25 damage for 3 turns. This is a perfect turn to play it. I don't need to worry about defense. I've got enough energy. Cool. You're dead. You're getting hurt. You're getting hurt. I could use that right now. I'll wait a turn. There's no rush. It's not going to get the kill. Let's play this card. This just seems so effing cool. So yeah, let's drop your armor a little bit. Well, it didn't really do much because, oh, deal 1 hit for 100% damage. It's okay. Alright, I'm going to stop here. I'll pick it up from here in a future video. I'll show what it's like to clear out the rest of the area, kill the boss. Let's check out this hanging tree too. Alright, well, if you stuck around to the end, thanks. Hope you enjoyed this kind of more in-depth discussion and really explaining my thoughts on these videos. That's kind of what I'm trying to do here. So yeah, have a good one.